what's up? It's Kathy, and I'm back with another process video. This one is for paper issues for Scrap Lift Sunday, which I always love doing this one because then you kind of start with a base and know where you're going from there. So it makes it a little easier when you're kind of stuck. So this one is a scrap lift from, I think it was Amanda, and she had two pictures and a vertical stripe of paper going down the middle. So I decided not to really mess with that idea too much, but I was kind of thinking of like what two pictures I wanted to do, and I decided to go with these ones because heaven forbid for a little while I don't scrap myself. And some of the reason was I wanted to use more of my Photo Play Rhapsody collection that I had previously purchased at Paper Issues. I think you can only get a few of the products right now because the rest is gone. It was a really cute line, so if you get a chance to get even a paper or two, they match really well with other stuff. So I really like the kind of folksy, whimsical aspect of them. And I loved this wood grain, and I only had a chunk of it from using it in another project, but that was fine because I was going to be putting a vertical stripe down. So as you can see, I'm just trying to figure out how to join them well, but I don't care in the end because obviously I just stuck them down whatever way. But I'm just sticking them in a piece of cardstock that I have kicking around that I think got a little faded from the sun on the edges, so then I was never going to use it, so might as well use it for this. That way I can end up using that wood grain. The kind of Aztec print is Maggie Holmes Shine, I want to say. I feel like it's Shine. I don't feel like it's Bloom or Gather. It might be Bloom. It's either Bloom or Shine. Anyway, but that piece is an old crepe paper from my stash, but the colors fit so perfectly with the newer products that I couldn't resist adding it in. So I put two strips on either side, and I'm going to put another strip of this floral paper is also from the Rhapsody collection, and it's quite cute. And I'm going to put some of it down the side. I thought about just putting little chunks, little pieces, chunks, and I ended up putting full strips, but I tore the edges to kind of give them a rough look. And that's just going to be peeking out on either side. So I ended up making this quite a large vertical strip in the end, but not a really big deal. It doesn't have to be exact. It's a scrap lift. I'm going with the inspiration from a layout to create my own layout. So I know there's been a lot of talk lately about scrap lifting and stuff like that, and what are people's thoughts on it. And I don't often jump into those conversations, and not because I don't want to. I don't know. I just don't feel like typing it all out, I guess. So I guess I'll let you know my 2 cents, which is I totally okay with scrap lifting. I think it's great. It makes sense because when you think about it, any design that even you come up with on your own, I've done this before. I've made a layout and I'm like, wow, that was really good. I'm really happy with myself. And then I go look online. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's other layouts that look exactly the same. It's kind of that whole theory with art and stuff that like everything's been done. Anything you do probably has been done at some point, that kind of thing. So I look at scrap lifting as inevitable because it's just going to happen. Ideas are going to overlap. There's only so many ways you can put a photo, that kind of thing. So I'm totally cool with scrap lifting. I don't necessarily think that you need to credit the original, especially if you have no clue where it's from. The only time I think you should credit the original is if you do an almost like 100% scrap lift. If you can look at two layouts and know that it's exactly scrap lifted from that other person's, and that often includes using the same papers and things like that, then I would, and you know who the original is, I would do it. And you know what? Even if it's not 100%, but you know who the original is, it's always nice to have a shout out. You know, um, because that person really appreciates it. Like I know people have said, "Oh, by the way, is it okay to scrap lift?" And I'm like, and I always say, "Scrap lift away." Like I don't see my design. They're not copyrighted. You know what I mean? Like I don't own that design. Feel free to interpret it in your own way. If you want to credit me, that's great. If you even just want to say, "Oh, thanks for the idea, Kathy or Kat or whatever," that's cool. And if you don't say anything, that's cool too. um, as long as it's not 100%, and then you say this was 100% original and I made it and no one else, you know, I completely designed it up, like that kind of thing. Like if you're taking credit for someone else's work, then it's a little, as an artist, you know, that's annoying. Um, and I'm just saying this from an artist perspective. So, anywho, so yeah, scrap lift away, guys. Some people think it's taboo. It's not taboo. Um, it's, you know, it is what it is. It's, you know, it's inspiration. So, anyway, back to my layout. I'm just fiddling around with stickers from the Rhapsody collection. I knew I wanted to use that mannequin one, because when else was I going to use it? This was the perfect time to use it. I did use one chipboard frame from the Journey collection, which was an older crepe paper traveling collection. The other frame is from a newer one. It might be, thinking now what it might be. It's a newer crepe paper one. I can't remember exactly what it is. The glasses are old crepe paper. Oh no, I did use the feathers are from the Journey collection too. The stickers are from Rhapsody, and they're super cute. And yeah, I'm just trying to use up stuff because we all know new stuff is coming soon. I think we all know that. So many companies have released their previews and everything, so I'm just trying to make way for new paper issue stuff by using old paper issue stuff. Because many of these products in fact, I think almost all of them I have purchased from paper issues at one time or another, and then of course put them in my stash. Those are from Jelly Bean Soup, I think. That wood word. They always make like little wood veneer words and different pieces like that with their various collections. So I happen to have some, and they are cute. And then I found one that said Fearless. I have no clue where that came from. That's old. But I decided to include it just because the word kind of spoke to me. So, yeah, so it's kind of a mishmash of old and new and different product lines, which I hate when my lights go all crazy. And there's always like a shadow. Even though I'm right in front of the window, I think it's because there's stuff in front of my window. It creates a shadow. So I'm just gonna hold that down. Um, like I liked the dream catcher, and I didn't do any. I didn't back it my photos either, which is highly unusual for me to do. But I didn't feel like it needed it. And the feathers down by the second photo, normally I would do stuff like have to have them tucked in so you didn't see the ends, but this time I don't really care. This is Maggie Holmes glitter thickers. They're I don't even remember. They're from one of her previous collections, and I still have them left over. And the reason I brought them out was because there was gold glitter on one of the chipboard frames, and it was the only thing that was gold glitter. The rest had like a very muted gold. effect to them. So I felt I needed to bring in more of the glittery gold. So I brought in that diamond, and I am going to bring in one of the phrases too. But for the longest time, any placement of those would have been great. They worked anywhere. Um, but I don't know, I just stuck it up there for some reason, and then I'm like, oh, that looks really stupid, but I can't take it off now because it's been glued down. So what is my title going to be? Because originally the title was just going to be like, new shoes, new hair, you know, new um, new motto on like something like that. Just because I got my hair cut and I was feeling kind of sassy, and you know, a little bit, I don't know, confident in myself, like you know, one of those people that has to really struggle with their body positivity, and you know, knowing you want to be healthier or or different things like that, and working on it. But in the meantime, you got to, it's hard because some people, you know, make it seem like you can't love yourself until you're the right size or the right hair color or the right, like anything like that. Like you can't just love yourself for who you are until you're perfect. But I know I'm never going to be perfect. Um, and I still am allowed to want to, um, you know, be a little healthier, but I'm not doing it because, you know, society thinks I should. I'm doing it for me and for my kids and stuff like that. So my title ended up being Happy and Beautiful is Hard Work. And that's because, you know, you have to kind of, you get past those fears of wearing certain things or dressing a certain way and being like, oh my God, people are going to look at me and be like, why are you dressed like that? And in the end, it's just like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm going to do me. That kind of thing. I had to make an R out of the B because I find Studio Calico 7 paper stuff, uh, they only come with like one of each thing. So anyway, I'm gonna put Heidi Swap Color Shine in the black or licorice or whatever, and I hope this one dries. I didn't put any large dots because I've had issues with this one before, but I want it black, but I want it sparkly black. So that is pretty much it. That's the whole point of my layout. I'm really happy with how it came out because I love the colors and the patterns together. So yeah, pictures are coming up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all my new subscribers and viewers, and I'll see you all in the next video. So have an awesome day. Bye.